is Mrs. Berning, and I wanted to show you my face before our first day of school. I know that meeting new people can be kind of scary, and I'm a little bit scared to meet you too. So even grown-ups can be scared. Ask your grown-up at home if they've ever been scared before. I'll bet they were a little bit nervous on their first days of school too. So in order to make you feel maybe a little bit more comfortable, I thought that I would read a story to you. And this story is called The Kissing Hand. And the main character in the story is named Chester. And Chester's mom helps make him feel better about going to his new school. The author of this book is Audrey Penn. And the persons, well, actually, there are a couple of them who did the illustrations, the drawings, are Ruth E. Harper and Nancy M. Leake. But before I read the story to you, I thought that maybe we'd have a friend come join us. Oh, there he is. It's okay, Chester. Come around. Are you a little nervous? That's okay. Come on over here. Oh, hi there, friend. How are you?
I'm good. I'm a little bit nervous about school.
Well, that's okay. We're going to read your story to help our new friends who are coming to school feel a little bit better. Does that sound like a good plan?
I like that idea.
Okay, why don't you sit down and we'll read this book together. So let's get comfortable. Let's see if we can get comfy here. So this book is called The Kissing Hand by Audrey Penn. And we're going to learn all about the different parts of the book. And this book, part of the book is called the title page. Chester Raccoon stood at the edge of the forest and cried. "I don't want to go to school," he told his mother. "I want to stay home with you. I want to play with my friends and play with my toys and read my books and swing on my swing. Please, may I stay home with you?" Mrs. Raccoon took Chester by the hand and nuzzled him on the ear. "Sometimes we all have to do things we don't want to," she told him. She told him so gently, "even if they seem strange and scary at first, but you will love school once you start. You'll make new friends and play with new toys, read new books, and swing on new swings. Besides," she added, "I know a wonderful secret that will make your nights at school seem as warm and cozy as your days at home." Wait a second. Nights at school? Chester, do you go to school at night?
Mm-hmm. I'm nocturnal.
Oh, that's right. You're an animal that sleeps during the day and is up at night. Well, that makes sense now, doesn't it? Chester wiped away his tears and looked interested. "A secret? What kind of secret?" "A very old secret," said Mrs. Raccoon. "I learned it from my mother, and she learned it from hers. It's called the kissing hand." "The kissing hand?" asked Chester. "What's that?" "Well, that's a good question, Chester. Yeah, I'm really interested in finding out what it is." "I'll show you." Mrs. Raccoon took Chester's left hand and spread open his tiny fingers into a fan. Leaning forward, she kissed Chester right in the middle of his palm. Chester felt his mother's kiss rush from his hand, up his arm, and into his heart. Even his silky black mask tingled with a special warmth. Whoa, and you can even see how it's going into his hand there. Mrs. Raccoon smiled. Now, she told Chester, whenever you feel lonely and need a little loving from home, just press your hand to your cheek and think, Mommy loves you. Mommy loves you. And that very kiss will jump to your face and fill you with very toasty, warm thoughts. Is that true? Oh, very nice. Oh, look at the beautiful trees. Whoa, I wonder if they're going to be Chester's friends. She took Chester's hand and carefully wrapped his fingers around the kiss. Now, do be careful not to lose it, she teased him. But don't worry, when you open your hand and wash your food, I promise the kiss will stick. So it doesn't matter. Even if you wash your hands, the kiss will stay there. Chester loved his kissing hand. Now he knew his mother's love would go with him wherever he went, even to school. Oh, I think he's even feeling a little better now. That night, Chester stood in front of his school and looked thoughtful. Suddenly, he turned to his mother and grinned. Give me your hand, he told her. What do you think he's going to do? Why would he want his mommy's hand? Let's find out. Chester took his mother's hand in his own and unfolded her large, familiar fingers into a fan. Next, he leaned forward and kissed the center of her hand. Now you have a kissing hand too, he told her, and with a gentle goodbye and I love you, Chester turned and danced away. Oh, and Mama's there, right there, waving goodbye. Mrs. Raccoon watched Chester scamper across a tree limb and enter school, and as the hoot owl rang in the new school year, she pressed her left hand to her cheek and smiled. The warmth of Chester's kiss filled her heart with special words. Chester loves you, it sang. Chester loves you. And at the end, it says, I love you. And when you take your fingers and do I love you, put them like this, you're showing someone that you love them. Now, Chester has his little kissing hand right here and can put it up to his cheek anytime. And I use this with my own daughter. So when Ava was a little girl, her daddy and I would each kiss her hand and she would put it on her cheeks. And some days she just had one of those days where she needed to have both hands on her cheeks. But other days, we missed her so much that Mr. Berning and I put our hands on our cheeks when we saw her and let her know that we missed her too. So boys and girls, I am so excited to see you on Tuesday, and we're going to have so much fun at school. So no matter who you are coming into our classroom, I just want you to know that you're grown up at home. Whoever that person is loves you with all their heart. And when you come to school, I am going to show that I love you too. So I can't wait to meet you on Tuesday. Bye.